This is the kind of car that makes you question priorities. Not because it's loud or aggressive, but because it makes speed feel effortless. The Bentley Continental GT Speed doesn't arrive like a supercar announcing itself. It glides in, calm, confident, almost polite, until you realize it can outrun most things brave enough to challenge it. From the first glance, the presence is unmistakable. Long, low, and perfectly proportioned, the Continental GT Speed carries Bentley's Grand Touring DNA with a darker, more purposeful edge. The signature matrix grille sits wider and more assertive, finished in dark chrome, flanked by oval LED headlamps that look sculpted rather than styled. This isn't design trying to impress, it's design that already knows it has. The hood stretches forward like it belongs on something built for continents, not cities. Under it lives a 6.0-liter twin-turbocharged W12 engine producing around 650 horsepower and 900 Newton-meters of torque. Numbers like that usually come with drama. Here, they come with restraint. Press the throttle and the response isn't violent, it's immediate, smooth, and dangerously composed. 0 to 60 happens in roughly 3.5 seconds, which feels slightly surreal when you're sitting in something wrapped in leather and wood. Move along the side profile and the story deepens. The proportions are classic Grand Tourer: long wheelbase, muscular rear haunches, and a roofline that flows like it was shaped by air itself. The 22-inch speed-specific wheels fill the arches perfectly, hiding massive performance brakes behind them. Bentley didn't just make this car faster, they made sure it could stop with the same authority. The lowered ride height and recalibrated suspension subtly hint that this isn't the standard Continental, it's the one that's been to the gym and learned discipline. And then there's the rear. Wide, planted, and unapologetically confident. The elliptical taillights glow with understated elegance, while the quad exhaust tips quietly remind you that this car has a very serious voice when it chooses to speak. There's no excessive aero, no shouting. Just balance. Bentley knows excess isn't loud, it's controlled. Step inside, and the outside world instantly feels less important. The cabin doesn't welcome you, it envelopes you. Every surface is stitched, knurled, or polished with obsessive attention to detail. Diamond-quilted leather wraps around the seats, doors, and center console, while real metal controls click with a weight that feels almost ceremonial. This is craftsmanship you don't need to explain, it explains itself. In front of you, the digital driver display blends seamlessly with classic Bentley design language. You can see navigation, performance data, or keep it minimal, because when a car feels this confident, it doesn't need constant reminders of what it can do. The rotating display in the center, switching between touchscreen, analog dials, or a clean wood veneer, feels less like a gimmick and more like Bentley quietly showing off. And yes, it's unnecessary. That's the point. The seats deserve their own moment. Heated, ventilated, massaging, and sculpted to hold you comfortably whether you're cruising at highway speeds or leaning into a fast corner. This car weighs over 2 tons, yet thanks to active all-wheel drive, rear-wheel steering, and adaptive air suspension, it shrinks around you when pushed. It shouldn't handle like this. But it does. On the move, the Continental GT Speed reveals its dual personality. In comfort mode, it floats, quiet, smooth, refined. The cabin remains hushed even at high speeds, with road noise reduced to a distant suggestion. Switch to sport, and the transformation is immediate. The exhaust deepens, the suspension tightens, the steering gains weight, and suddenly this elegant Grand Tourer feels very aware of its capabilities. It doesn't become wild, it becomes focused. And that's what makes this car dangerous. Not the speed. Not the power. It's how easy it is to use all of it. The 8-speed dual-clutch transmission shifts with authority, the all-wheel drive system distributes power intelligently, and the W12 delivers torque in a relentless, seamless wave. You're not chasing speed, it comes to you. Yet for all its performance, this car never forgets what it is. A Bentley. A Grand Tourer designed to cross countries without fatigue. The rear seats are usable, the boot is practical enough for real travel, and the ride never punishes you for choosing comfort over aggression. It doesn't demand compromise. it removes it. There's also something quietly humorous about it. This car can reach speeds that would make most supercars nervous, yet it does so while surrounding you with stitched leather, optional wool carpets, and a sound system tuned like a concert hall. It's like wearing a tailored suit to outrun athletes in racing shoes. Slightly absurd. Completely satisfying. The Bentley Continental GT Speed isn't about proving anything. It doesn't chase lap times or internet validation. It exists for people who want performance without sacrifice, luxury without fragility, and power without noise. It's for drivers who understand that true confidence doesn't raise its voice. And maybe that's the most impressive thing of all. In a world obsessed with extremes, the Continental GT Speed reminds us that mastery isn't about being the loudest or the fastest, it's about being complete. Because when a car can cross a continent at breathtaking speed and still arrive feeling composed, comfortable, and unapologetically elegant, that's not just performance. That's power refined.